to license it.
Meep, meep.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale BBurago Nissan GT-R. It's brand new right out of the box, as you can see. It is kind of plain Jane with just a silver paint job, no decals, nothing special here, but it is a nice looking car. Sadly, I can see lots of little paint blisters, almost like tiny pimples, on the hood and on the side doors, and those are going to need some attention. This is another build-off project sponsored by Diecast Graveyard, and my fellow participants are Jim Silva, Diecast Sheriff, Irie Fix Diecast, and Matchbox Mark. I'll put a link in the description to each one of those builders' YouTube channels because they are excellent. As you can see, I don't need to drill out any posts or rivets here because the BBurago is originally out of the box with 2 screws. So that was an easy start for me, and I take it apart. This is my first BBurago. Always interesting to see what's inside, and this is a nice looking 3-piece interior. You will see that the bucket seats drop out the bottom, like that, and the dashboard and steering wheel come apart as well, and they're fairly nicely detailed. The original BBurago wheels are very sharp looking, and I don't have anything that's better than that, so in the sake of originality and financial considerations, I'm going to leave them just as they are. But I do need to use my pin vise and a drill bit to release the 1-piece windshield unit, and because it's new, there's not a mark on it, so it's going to be a little less work for me than restoring an old banged up junker that I got off eBay or from the flea market. The dual theme today for this build off is JDM, Japanese domestic market cars, and pizza. And it's up to all of us as participants to combine those two interesting ideas, and let's see what I come up with. Here I'm taking some wet dry sandpaper and removing those pimples and smoothing out the body, and I apply a primer and next this gloss black base coat. And I like an all black car. I drive one myself, but in this case I'm making it a 2-tone, and with my airbrush I'm applying a red fade here. And it's looking good so far. I like that. On the pizza theme, you might have guessed by those colors, this is the direction I'm going. And this is a new experiment with transparent decals with white lettering involved going on a dark background. So I'm trying out this technique. I'm taking a blank here and just tracing around it with a white paint pen. And I'm going to fill this in with solid white. This is just my Vallejo. Unless you think I've just ruined a nice paint job, stick with me here and see how this turns out. The decals are going to go over this, and you won't see any of the edging. And the well-recognizable Pizza Hut logo is on the front hood, and this is a kind of a crazy shape. So again, I just trace around it, and I'm going to fill that in white. And I'll repeat this on the 2 doors as well. And I'm not going to overdo the decals. Okay, let that dry. And it's not perfectly done, but you're not going to see this. So let's begin on the hood. These are laser blue back decals, and I apply a little bit of water. The decal takes about, 20-30 seconds to loosen up, and I prepare my decal set solution, and we're ready to experiment. Alright, clear decal, white lettering. Look at that, it's magic. Wiggle that over and you don't see the white painting that I did on the hood. I press out any air bubbles or excess water from underneath with a Q-tip, and very importantly, the decal set, especially around the edges of the decal, is going to actually melt that right into the car and you'll never see the edges. Watch again on the top. Now the white part of the decal shows through as intended. The rest disappears. Now that's my first experiment on that, and I've already decided I've got a better way to do it in the future. You'll just have to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Here I put the logo on the side, move it into place, and look at that. White letters on a black hood, and the two-tone roof, two-tone doors. Super pleased with how that turned out as an experiment. And I didn't overdo the decals. I don't want to turn this into a NASCAR theme. It's just a delivery car. And when possible, I put a vanity license plate on the back. This is restoration number 61. Now it's delivery car number 61. And some taillights and special details go on with my favorite tool, a toothpick. And ultimately I changed these red taillights and white reverse lights. I changed the red to orange indicators. And that was a guess at the rear end, the tail end of a GT-R. Special touch on the sport bucket seats on the front to match the paint theme. The BBurago company was originally based in the town of Burago di Molgara, Italy, where all products were made from 76 to 2005. And BBurago, with 2 capital B's, is the correct spelling, ostensibly standing for both the town name as well as the name of the Besana family that founded the company. They declared bankruptcy in 2005, and many companies expressed interest in the tooling. Fortunately, the venerable toy name of BBurago was not left to die, but it was finally purchased by the Mae Cheong company, which we know as Maisto, in 2006. And this essentially marked the end of Italian mass-produced and also one of the last European manufactured affordable die-cast vehicles. The production version of the GT-R debuted at the 2007 Tokyo Motor Show as the 2009 model year with a lap time of 7 minutes and 38 seconds at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, beating the time of the all-time sports classic Porsche 911 Turbo. It's a fast little car, and it's going to get you your pizza in 30 minutes or it's free, I guarantee. Sport interior goes back together, and I plop it in upside down after the windshield was reinstalled. The detailed base goes in, and those 2 screws, making life easy for the modeler, go back in perfectly. All in all, it was a pretty easy build today, and I like the BBurago model. I'll look forward to doing some more of them. Here's the front grille. Once I get that right side up, and there are 2 holes that it just clicks into. Finito. Let's take a closer look. Kept the original wheels as promised, and here's my experimental clear background decals with white lettering on a dark background, and I have to say that was a successful experiment. I painted the rear spoiler black in the end, Of course, I got some clear coat on top, and that secures the decals nicely and gives it a longer life and a nice shine. Didn't even touch the bottom. Try to give you a little peek on the inside to the paint job. There's the leather wrap wheel and the red trim leather seats. Front to back, top to bottom, I'm very pleased with the turnout on that. Here it was in the beginning, new out of the box, and you're going to see some of those pimply doors and the hood that I smoothed out. And I hope Pizza Hut will be happy with this racer. I am. Nice paint job, two-tone fade, and the decal experiment and the original wheels. All in all, it's a nice look that I'm pleased with. The world's fastest pizza delivery car goes into a gift bag, and it's going back to the Goodwill store to become a gift for a little boy or girl. And I want you to remember to visit the links in the description to see the other car builders and their projects and subscribe to their channels. If you enjoyed my video today, give it a thumbs up, won't you? And subscribe, hit the notification bell, it's all free, and come back real soon. It's coffee time. My next video is going to be a project on a bit larger scale. I'm moving, and I have been green-lighted to get this blank canvas attic entirely as my new hobby room. Give me a couple weeks, it'll be quiet until then, and I'll put a video together of the whole renovation process.